Welcome home. Hello family, how are you doing? I hope you're good. I hope you're okay. Welcome back to Live Talks with Annie. If you're new here, thank you for coming. Please do want to join the family, subscribe, like, share, follow, every single thing. And if you're just joining for the first time, welcome home, because this is home away from home. This is Live Talks with Annie, where we talk about life in a way that is easy and meaningful and so relatable to understand. And over here, we don't judge, we listen, we don't judge. We are accommodating, we are siblings, and yeah, you're welcome on board. Today, I'm talking about letting go and fully trusting God. And I want us to have a conversation. So if at any point this video resonates with you, you can take a pause, go down to the comment section, type. Today, I want to talk about letting go and fully trusting God. And I just want to ask you a question. Do you trust God? And I want us to be honest. I don't know about you. Do you trust God? Do you trust that He exists? Do you trust that He is able to do exceedingly abundantly above what you can ask, think, or imagine? How was God introduced to you? Do you know God for yourself personally, or do you know God because your parents told you to go to church? And I hope you know that going to church every day does not make you a believer. People always say know God for yourself, and I kind of understand why they say that, because it's always you see God in a different way entirely. The way your pastor, your bishop, your priest sees God, and they talk about Him so wonderfully. They talk about Him and you're so impressed. You're like, you can also know Him for yourself that way. But today I just want to ask you, do you trust who you serve? And I remember this question made me remember the conversation that Jesus Christ was having with the woman at the well, where He told her, that's in John chapter 4, verse 22 to 24, where He said, you worship what you don't understand. You don't know who you worship. You worship who you do not comprehend. And I think that thing happens to me sometimes. I'm here to have a very honest conversation with you. I don't want this video to be long, by the special grace of God, because having strength to edit is but yeah, I intend to make this video short so that you can also watch to the end. I know I'm a new person and you don't want to take your time to watch it, but please, I need you to watch this video to the very end, and please give it your honest thoughts. All right, thank you so much. I love you, and God bless you. So personally, I don't know if you've been in a phase where your faith is wavering. You are in the stormy sea. You at that point, you don't know that Jesus is sleeping in the boat to tell you, be still. I mean, the storm be silent, and then it gets silent, all those things. But today, I'm here to ask, I hope you know Him for yourself. And if you don't know Him for yourself, I think you should. That is something that you should actually desire. There's something that I was watching a video last night, and Apostle Oremo Osai was saying, one of the things you should do before you leave this world is to have an encounter with God. Yeah, before you leave this world. One thing about encounters, one beautiful thing about encounters is that you can never forget it. You can never forget it. It's either you document it in your head or in your journal or in anywhere, but you can never. And you always talk about it. You're always eager to share because God has revealed Himself to you. And one thing is that you can never box God. You can never put God in a corner. Let me just tell you that, because that man is big. He's big. Recently I've been struggling with my faith. I've been, not faith in believing in God, but faith in trusting God. And I think I don't know how to fully tell Him, God, you know what, take the wheel. I'm gonna take the back seat, you drive. I'm not going to tell you, Father Lord, this is the U-turn, this is this move, this is a do. You understand? Some of us always hand Him over. Like, we give Him our car keys. We say, Daddy, do you know what, I want you to drive this car. Drive this car is my life, drive it. But then when God, how those, I don't know if for those of you that have gone for driving classes, especially those in Nigeria, if you've gone for driving lessons, some drivers are always angry. They'll say, match break, do this. Do not hit. If you cannot do, don't hit your head. Boom, can't you hear? Move here. You know, all those kind of things. Some of us are like that with God. We give him the key. We tell him to drive. But we see a bump. Tell him, God, see a bump. But he already knows. As he was driving, he knew that there will be a bump on the road. And then he just... And speaking of bumps, one day my sister was driving and I was in the car, and when you this my road I live in a particular place in Abuja. This my road is bad, not so bad, but it's bad, and it kind of shakes me when I'm in the car. And sometimes, especially if I'm rushing somewhere, it pisses me sometimes. But I know, of course, you can't help the situation. So one day one day my sister was driving and I was just saying, oh, I hate bumps. I hate road bumps. It makes me so uncomfortable. It makes me so uncomfortable. I hate road bumps. And after saying that, I just said, but how would the road be sweet without bumps? I just asked myself that. I don't know if I was the one I was going through, but I just asked myself, after complaining, it was more like a conversation in my mind. So after saying I hate bumps, oh my goodness, they make me so uncomfortable, I might not say, but I just said, wait though, but how sweet will the road be if there are no bumps? I just asked myself that question. How will the road be sweet if there are no bumps on the way? Sometimes people overspeed, and when they encounter bumps, you just boom, But sometimes when you're driving and you see the bumps, you begin to slow down a bit. And if you notice, some bumps can be avoided, while some you can. It's not, if you drive carefully, you're not going to, it's not going to make you that uncomfortable. But I was just asking myself, imagine you're driving on a straight road. I mean, it's sweet, but on a straight road, for hours, nothing like, gum. What makes sense now. And that applies to life. If it's all rosy, you won't need God. People think, I will need him. See, you will not need him sometimes. When it's all rosy, when it's all good, lush, green, everything you need is he supplied, everything, boom. Some people won't leave him. Some people will leave him immediately it gets good, immediately it gets better. They'll leave him and then they come back again to him when things are going bad. But today we're here to talk about trust, right? Like I said, my faith has been wavering. And if you remember the introductory video, I said I'm trying to find my purpose. Imagine you telling God, what's my purpose? And then God, I don't know, maybe he shows it to you or he doesn't show it to you. And maybe you don't know how to start. But I'm here to tell you today to take it one step at a time with him. Learn to give him the key of your life and then let him handle it. Learn to give him the key without holding the spare key. Don't hold the spare key and come and change. For example, he kept this flower here because you gave him access to your life. Do not because you have the spare key, you can say, okay, let me go and carry the flower from here and keep here. I want it to be here. Don't do it. Learn to trust God fully. I'm going to take my time to discuss this trusting God and letting go. I'm going to give a detailed explanation, but today I'm just here to tell you to trust him.